Feminism is toxic. Masculinity is toxic. Men are blaming women. Women are blaming men. Everybody's pointing fingers at each other, and it's going round and round and round and round. Social media has made it so that men are exposing women, women are exposing men, and both are complaining about each other. And in the meantime, men and women are both suffering. Men have truly got to a point to where they're having crisis, they're alone, they're desperate, they're hopeless, they want to self-delete. And women have complained that they can't find a man, they don't have, truly any masculine man. At the same time, they're going out here doing things that they know they shouldn't be doing and then complaining about society. And so these things are happening. These things have truly been brought out, especially because modern day society has truly gotten to a point to where things have currently just changed on such a different level that we're not used to seeing. So obviously, social media made it to where women can go on here, find dates all throughout the world, get flown out, and truly find a man that's truly a high value man, a top tier man. So this is allowing men to understand that now things have changed to a point to where me being average, it's difficult. I cannot be average. I either have to get to a point to where I can't get women, or I have to rise up and become the cream of the crop. Now, because it is a byproduct of this is men are blaming women and feminism because they're saying, well, if women never got to a point to where they truly believe that they can go into the workforce, make money, and out-earn me as a man, they wouldn't have become masculine. And then, I wouldn't have these problems that I'm currently facing. And then women are saying, well, the problem with that is, though, you guys are becoming feminine and you guys don't want to be masculine, and you guys can't be masculine because the moment that you try to put standards on me, I'm not going to do that because I can go find 3 or 4 other men because I know that social media is making it to where now I got all my options throughout the world. So blame your guys. You guys are to blame. And then guys are like, no, you're to blame. But all the while, the ruling class is laughing at us because it's a divide and conquer tactic. This is a tactic to make men hate women and women hate men. So they're dividing us while population is slowly declining, while birth rates are declining, while men are taking their life, while men are angry, while men want to crash out, while women are becoming 40 years old, going to the workforce. They're making more money off them because they're now taxable income. And then on top of that, they're not having children, and then they're getting lonely. They're getting on these depression pills, these pills that are allowing them to get part of this healthcare system, and then they're having health issues because of that. So, bro, they're just laughing at us, man. They're laughing at us as a society. And I know sometimes I don't do the best of talking about men and women dynamics. Sometimes this is a channel about men, so obviously I'm going to speak about men and, truly speak the truth as far as what we're experiencing as men. This is about men in general, as men are needed. But at the same time, I'm not one of these channels that talk all bad about women. I know that overall, the bigger scheme is a divide and conquer tactic. So I want us to know that they're saying blame them all as the joke. It's just a big joke that they're laughing at us, man. They're sitting back like, look, I got them not liking the opposite side. And they're just turning against each other. And it's all what they want, bro. So you have to understand that masculinity, first of all, it's not toxic. Masculinity is how men should operate. Men are going to have aggression. Men are supposed to put boundaries on women. Men truly operate with this mindset that I know what women are attracted to. And the problem is women don't understand what they're attracted to until they become around a masculine man, or till they become to a point to where they truly understand how men are, which usually takes longer. They might, from my experience, is like in the 35s to 40s is when these women truly understand and embrace men for who they are. Or if they've been around a dad that's a masculine, if they have a father that's a masculine man, or some type of positive role model in their life that's masculine, then they'll understand that. All the while, feminism, bro, there's no changing this. Women entering the workforce, women out earning men, it is what it is. Now, we could say that's toxic, we could say that, but women were saying that they were put down for too long, that they wanted to start being heard, that they want to have their opinion to be out, they want to have the option to make money. So it is what it is, bro. You know, we can't sit here and say it's all feminism. It is what it is. You know, we just have to accept it now. That's what we're currently living in. I don't think we're ever going to go back. Now, there's some women that understand, I still want traditional values and I don't want to go into the workforce. I want a man to lead and I want a man to be a true man. So that's the minority though. So if we notice as men, we have to adapt. And I think men are understanding this concept though. That's why we have the Passport Bros, the MGTOW movement. But I think here in the West, a lot of men had just gave up on dating because they're like, you know, it's just over. These women aren't going to lower their standards. And I don't want to become something of myself. It's too hard to really, truly become a top tier man because I have to put in this work, I have to put in this grind. I have to do things that I don't want to do. I have to discipline myself. I have to feel this rejection from women because most women are going to reject you. You're going to go on rejection after rejection. And these women, you have to truly come in, establish your dominance, and truly let them know that you're a masculine man before they're even going to be in their feminine, submissive nature. So this has become truly difficult, and that's what I'm saying. It's a pointing fingers, blame them, blame them, blame them. And I think it's funny because my channel has women in the community, and there are some good women out here, bro. But you have to be able to vet the women. You have to be able to understand the women. Sometimes as men, we go after women that might be the best looking, the most attractive, and we know that's not what we need. And we don't go after that girl that's a good woman. And those women, bro, they're hard to find. They're not just out and about like that. You have to be in the right place at the right time. They're usually not on social media. They're usually shy, and you have to go approach them. They're making you make the first move, but a lot of us don't do that as men. At the same time, women, they play a huge factor in this too. So women overall, they have to understand that they're definitely making a society to where men want to check out and give up on dating. So if you're a woman watching this video, you play a huge factor in this too. You have to take accountability and you have to take responsibility for where we're at as a society. Now, if you choose not to, then that's cool. But if we as men say, you women have caused this and feminism's toxic, you gotta just accept it. You gotta swallow that. You can't be 40 years old blaming men and saying it's your fault that nobody wants to date me. Where are all the masculine men at? But you're making these men check out. You're making these men want to give up. These average men, what are they going after? You know what I'm saying? They don't have anything that they're truly, because they know they're waking up, going to work, putting in this grind, and no woman wants to be with them because they're just average. These women want these exceptional men because now these women have embraced this idea that I don't even need a man. I can be independent. I can be an independent queen. So you have to understand that, woman, if you know that you want a better society for the future, you got to take accountability for that too. And I think this needs to be talked about because overall, they're laughing at us, bro. They're laughing at us. And most of these women learn these lessons the hard way. They'll get used and abused by that man that has the alpha characteristics, that's a quote unquote bad boy. And then, you know, they'll rack their bodies up. They'll feel down. They'll have trauma. And then when they truly realize that they need to be with that good guy, it's too late because that good guy he's already checked out. He don't want to date no more. So we need to talk about these topics at a younger age for women. And women need to understand that if you want to go out and have fun, that comes with consequences. If you want to be a good woman, that comes with, right now specifically, because there's not too many of them. You could pretty much, you like won the lottery. You could have whatever man that you want if you truly stay to a point to where you're operating in your true femininity. You're not giving your body to any man just because. And I know it's difficult because this world has sexualized everything. This world has made lust at the top. It makes you think that you're inadequate if you don't have a woman or a man, especially if you're lonely. But I think women benefit from relationships more than men in general. Now, there are men that say that they need a woman, they want to have a family. But that's why our society is struggling right now. That's why our society is difficult as far as the dating dynamics that we're currently in. It's just funny because when you take a step back and you see in these communities how men are truly bashing women and women are truly bashing men, I don't think this is a society that God definitely created. You can see this is a demonic, satanic agenda, and men that truly operate in God want better for their brothers and sisters. I don't want to see a woman, like, this is just not my spirit, bro. If you have a godly spirit, you don't want to see a woman down and truly mad at the world, and you have compassion for that man and that woman. That's just how it is, because men will have sympathy and empathy, but most women don't. And that's what I'm saying. If you're a woman, you have to start understanding what men are saying and start understanding where men are coming from if you want this world to change. Because if you don't, cool, but you guys are going to suffer the consequences moving forward as men. And then, like I said, the overall agenda is we're going to have our birth rate declining, men taking their lives, men being to a point to where they're saying, you know what, I'm done with all of this. And then men aren't going to be able to find women, and women aren't going to be able to find a man. So women are going to struggle more generally because they need something, and they're not going to find a true masculine man, because these masculine men understand these truths, and they're like, I can have as much women as I want because I know that I'm so select. I know that I'm chosen, and which is why hypergamy is exposed, and we're living in this reality. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody's pointing their fingers. Everybody's mad. Everybody's angry. And we need to do better as a society, bro. I'm doing my part. I'm speaking about these topics. I'm holding men and women accountable. I think it does generally start with men. And that's why I say men are needed. That's why I say men have to step up and rise up. Men, we have to do better. Women have to follow our leadership if that's what they truly want. If you don't want a leader, then go be that masculine, independent queen and do what you got to do. But women, if you want somebody that is a true leader, that's powerful, that's capable of embracing his masculine power, his masculine authority, you got to come into his frame and understand that he's going to have things that he needs from you too. You can't just come in and give him the box and think that's it. You got to step your game up. You got to self-improve. You got to truly fit his program and understand what he needs. You got to adapt to him. A true woman that knows that. I've been around women that do that, bro. She comes in and she adapts to me. She basically is an image of me. Like if I say I want to go to the gym and I love going to the gym, then she starts going to the gym. If I say I love my food to be like home cooked, she'll start learning how to cook. I've experienced that, bro. So you can't tell me it's not true. It's just you got to step up as a man. You got to become that man. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to be called toxic because this world is trying to shame us for being a masculine man, a man that has standards for women. But you got to go against that. You can't let the society keep shaming you and blaming you and pointing fingers at each other. Just step into the identity that you are and become that man that you need to become, bro. You got this, my brother. The time is now. Let's keep winning. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep making this world a better place. Men and women, we need to do better, period. We need to understand this. Share this video out. Let that woman know. Let that man know. Now is the time that we need to help each other out. Our brothers need help. Our sisters need help. Men are needed, and it starts with men, and that's why I speak about that. The moment that man becomes better, it's gonna, a byproduct, it's gonna help women out, because these women need leadership. These women need guidance. Most women are gonna make bad decisions without a man coming in and giving him that logical rationale that tells women, look, that's a bad move. Don't do that right now. You acting too emotional. Think about this. And they're giving them that different perspective. And then women soak up this game from that man. Allow him to be a man. Allow him to give you this perspective without getting so much in your emotions. And if you do get your emotions, understand that he might be seeing the bigger picture, and he's seeing the grand scheme of things, because he's done a lot of work on the inside. And trust in the man of God too. We need to have both. Men and women need to have a solid foundation of God. I think we need to bring God back to our dating dynamics, because it's going to help men and women have a moral ethic code that they're standing on, and it's something outside of themselves. I think it helps. I think when men and women bring God into a relationship, it helps a lot. And I think that's where we need to start off. Men need to heal, women need to heal, and we just need to do better as society. I would love to hear what you guys think. Leave it down in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, peace.